The table shows population data for a country. So here we got the year 1969, 1979, 1989, 1999, and 2009. And here we have got the respective populations. The data may be represented by an exponential model of growth using t as the number of years after 1960. A suitable model is p is equal to a times 10 to the kt. Derive an expression for log base 10 of p in terms of a, k, and t. Calculate the values of log 10 to p for each value of p. Plot a graph of log to the base 10 of p against t, drawing a line of best fit. Use your line of best fit to express log to the base 10 of p in terms of t, and hence find p in terms of t. And according to the model, what was the population in 1960? And according to the model, when will the population reach 150 million? Right, so we've got p is equal to a times 10 to the kt. So sort of standard sort of thing here. We take log to the base 10 of both sides. So we get log to the base 10 of p is equal to log to the base 10 of a times 10 to the kt. So we got log to the base 10 of p. Now we need to split this up. So we use log to the base a of x times y. So we've got a times 10 to the kt. It's log a of x plus log a of y. So this will now become log to the base 10 of a plus log to the base 10 of 10 to the kt. And then we get log to the base 10 of p is equal to log to the base 10 of a. Now you've got two ways of doing this. So you've got log a of x to the r is r log a of x, which means that's kt log a 10 to the 10. And then we say that log to the base a of a is actually equal to 1. So this is equal to 1. So this is actually the answer. Or we just say these are the inverse of each other, so we're just left with kt. Right, so now we have to plot a graph. So in an exam, you're probably going to be given a table to fill in, because what we've got to remember, this is the graph we're going to plot is years after 1960, so you have to read the question carefully. So this will be when t is 9, 19, 29, 39, and 49, and now we take the log of each of these values, look to the base 10, so we get 1.536, probably two decimal places might be enough, 1.658, 1.855, 1.916, and 2.113. Now, if you're not given the grid, but you're more likely to be, the thing is, as there's not much difference in the y values here, is to reduce the scale of this. It doesn't actually have to start at 0. But remember, you're plotting 9 against 1.53, and currently this means one of these little squares means 0.04. So you need to be careful of the scale that is actually given in any grid. So plotting the points. So there are the 5 points plotted very carefully on the graph. Take a bit of time and care, because the important thing is that you are accurate. Then with a ruler, so you need a sharp pencil and a good ruler, you have to draw the line of best fit. Now some of the points should be below, and some of the points should be slightly above the line. Right, so we have log to base 10 of p is equal to log to base 10 of a plus kt. Now this particular point here is of interest, which is approximately 1.41 from my graph. Now there'll be a degree of range that you can get the graph in here, but it is pretty narrow. So 1.41. So basically what we're comparing this with is y is equal to mx plus c. So this bit here represents the y-intercept. So this bit here represents log to the base 10 of a. So what we're saying now is log to the base 10 of a is 1.41, which means that a is 10 to the 1.41, which gives me 25.073, which is 25.7. We also, the k is represented by the gradient of this line. Remember, y is equal to mx plus c. So taking some convenient points, so I'm going to take this point here to here, which is 17, read carefully off the scale, and this point here is 0.24, reading carefully off the scale here, and then the gradient is the vertical distance divided by the horizontal distance, which is 0.24 divided by 17, which is equal to 0.0141 to three significant figures. So my answer in this format is going to be log to the base 10 of p is equal to log to the base 10 of my a value, which is 25.7, plus k, which is 0.0141 t. But remember that this came from this in the first part of the question, that p is equal to a times 10 to the kt. So p will be equal to 25.7 times 10 to the 0.0141 t. Now we're asked to find what happens when t is equal to 0. Well, we've actually done that already. So when t is equal to 0, this bit here will be equal to 1, because a to the 0 is 1. So it's just the vertical intercept on the graph, which gives me 25.7 million. But also, please remember to write in that it's million, because that's what it stood for at the beginning of the question. If you don't write the million, you're likely to lose a mark in an exam. Finally, we needed to find when p was equal to 150 million. So what we do is we put 25.7 times 10 to the 0.0141 t is equal to 150. We now divide by both sides by 25.7. So we're going to get that 10 to the 0.0141 t is equal to 150 divided by 25.7, which is 5.836. A to the c is equal to b will imply that c is equal to log a of b. So 0.14 t, the power, will be equal to log to the base 10 of 5.836, and therefore t will be log to the base 10 of 5.836 divided by 0.141, which gives me approximately 54.3 years. We wanted the actual year, so the actual year will be 1960, because that's when we begun, plus 54, which is 2000, and the year 2014, the population will reach 150 million in that particular model. So this has been a video to show you how to convert to linear form in order to find the variables of a formula using a graph. The only thing I want to repeat is that you need to be accurate. Now, if you use technology to draw the graph, this one was drawn with GeoGebra. This is the exact values. The line has been found by using the software. Okay, so you can get very easily the value of a, that's log to the base 10 of a. Okay, and then you can very easily find the gradient. The gradient was 0.01414. Okay, using software which is obviously much more accurate. Okay, I hope you've understood, and I thank you very much for watching.